Welcome to your first Earth Science homework video. Make sure that you have your notes, something to write with, and then don't forget to write down some questions along the way that you'll be able to put up on the board so that we can discuss when you get back to class. We're going to talk about measurements in science today. What is measurement? Observation that can be made by counting something. It's always written as a number value. So if you're counting up something, you have 5 pencils. That would be a measurement. All are made by using a number and a unit. So you've got to have both in order to have a measurement. If you just told me 35, that's not a measurement. You've got to have the number and a unit. If you told me 35 pencils, that's a measurement because you've got the number and the unit. And our example is 20 mLs or 20 milliliters of a liquid. You've got a number, 20, and you've got milliliters as the unit. So that's a measurement because you've got the number and the unit. Make sure you have both, otherwise it's not a correct answer. Units of measurement. The whole world uses the metric system, except for the United States. We don't get included in the whole world. We've come up with our own English way to measure things. But we're going to use the metric system in science. The modern form of the metric system is called the International System of Units, which is also known as SI units. The phrase was first in French, and just like most other foreign languages, you're going to put the adjective after the noun, so that's why the abbreviation is SI instead of IS units. All SI units are based on the number 10. So if you can count up by tens, that's how we're going to do these SI units in the metric system. A kilometer, or the abbreviation for kilometers, km. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters, and the abbreviation for meters is m. So you start out with the base 10, multiply by 10, you get 100. Multiply 100 by 10, you get 1,000. So you have 1 kilometer, 10 times 10 times 10. Or 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. cm is the abbreviation for centimeters. 10 times 10 gives you 100. And then the 6 things that scientists measure: length, just like distance; mass, how much there is of something; weight, how much gravity presses down on the amount of a certain object; volume, how much liquid of something that there is; temperature, just like weather outside; and then density is how mass and volume are related to each other. And for the length and distance, the basic SI unit to measure length is the meter. Again, the abbreviation is m. A meter is slightly longer than a yard. A meter is about 39 inches, and a yard is only 36. To measure great distances, scientists use the kilometer. And again, km. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. And kilo is the prefix, which means 1,000. So if you have a kilometer, you have 1,000 meters. Mass is the amount of matter an object has. The SI unit for mass is the kilogram or the gram. A little bit of debate about that. But again, if you have 1 kilogram of something, you have 1,000 of whatever you're talking about. So 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. And the news flash here is that mass and weight are not the same. We just talked about what mass is. Now we're going to talk about the difference between mass and weight. Weight is the measure of the strength of the pull of gravity on an object. It's measured in newtons. The abbreviation is N. 1 kilogram of mass weight equals 10 newtons. So if you think about what might happen if you go to the moon, does the amount of your body change if you go to the moon, or does your weight change if you go to the moon? Your weight is going to change because that's the amount of gravity that's pressing down on your body. Your body shape itself doesn't change when you go to the moon. You don't get any smaller when you go to the moon. Just your weight gets smaller because gravity is less on the moon. Volume. Liquids are measured in volume, or the amount of space the liquid takes up. Volume is measured in liters. That's the base unit for volume. 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. And if you've got a milliliter. Again, like it says 1,000 milliliters. Milli is actually small units. So you have 1 liter. Many, many, many milliliters make up 1 liter. So you have 1,000 milliliters to give you a whole liter. Temperature. SI unit is Kelvin, but in the classroom we're not able to use Kelvin, so we're going to use Celsius as scientists. For Celsius, 0 is the freezing point of water, 100 is the boiling point of water, and then with Fahrenheit, you know, freezing is 32, boiling is 212. So it's just a lot easier to use the Celsius with 0 and 100 being those points of interest. Density, how much mass there is in a certain volume of material. The formula to find density is mass over volume, or M over V. And then the units that you're going to use when you do density are grams, that's what the little g is, divided by or over centimeters cubed, because your answer for volume is going to be in centimeters cubed or in milliliters, like you talked about earlier. So when you get a number for density, you'll either have some number of density grams over centimeters cubed, or some number of density grams over milliliters. And then in your notes, it talks about drawing. Oh, let's go back a slide. In your notes, it talks about drawing a trick for remembering the formula for density here. It's just a heart. You just draw a heart on your paper, take a line through the middle, and then you've got what looks like an M over a V. So you have to remember how much you love density. And then the common prefixes. Kilo, we already talked about, means 1,000. So your example is a kilogram. That means you have 1,000 grams of something. Hecto means 100. So you have a hectometer. You have 100 meters. Deca means 10. So you have 10 meters, decameters. And then you're going to put your base unit after that. So like grams, liters, meters. All those things that don't have a prefix on it will actually come there. That's where it says unit on your notes. And then deci is a little d with an I. Deci means 1/10 with the th on the end. A decigram, you've got 1/10 of a gram. And then centimeter, you've got 1/100th of a meter. So you need 100 to make up 1 whole meter. And then milliliter means you need 1,000 milliliters to make up a whole liter. So you have 1/1000th. And then underneath that, it talks about mnemonic devices for remembering the order of measurement values. You guys probably have heard this before. King Henry died drinking chocolate milk. So kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, milli. King Henry died drinking chocolate milk. And maybe you can come up with a different one to incorporate the unit in the middle. King Henry died, unit, come up with some other one that might be able to make use of unit, died drinking chocolate milk. So there you go. That's your whole set of notes for the first go round. Make sure you go back, get some questions written down that you can share with the class when we get back.